Hi guys, so welcome to the video. For those of you who haven't watched my videos before, or whoever has, I kind of do this every year when I'm boxing up my gloves from the previous season. I just kind of do a quick video on them, talk through a few things I liked, what I didn't like about each one. Some of these you might have seen before if you watched a few of my other videos, but no harm in seeing them again. I have a lot of duplicate pairs of each anyway, so I'll get right into it. I suppose I have a ridiculous amount of gloves. I typically go through about 40 to 50 pairs a season, which I'm well aware is too many, but I do it anyway every season. So I kind of do this every year. I just throw them into a box just like that. So I've about 15 of those boxes at home at the minute now. So I'm making room for more. So in no particular order, I start going through a few of my KA or CAD gloves. Not even sure how to pronounce it. Still after, even though I own probably 10 pairs of them. So I go through a good few pairs of these each season. I always end up picking a few. I love the colorways that they bring out in each one. I have 4 pairs of them here, obviously, and I actually have a new pair of the Calier gloves on the way. The one's kind of Alan McGregor kind of style ones, and these are a bit of the older range in the hybrid cut. I got a serious amount of wear out of these gloves. The latex on them is incredible. I've worn them so much I couldn't even put a number on it now, but it's an awful lot, and I found them incredible. They were a little bit baggy on the back end. Is one thing I didn't like about these gloves. But I do like the backhand material of it. I suppose the fit on the newer range is an awful lot better, but the backhand material is nicer on the older ones. I would say it's more of a traditional kind of latex background, whereas this is more of a kind of a harder wearing kind of material, which is fine. I don't really mind it, but I prefer kind of the more traditional kind of style. But latex was incredible on these. I'd say you'd be hard pressed to find a pair now to pick up that are new in that range. But really good gloves. Just wasn't a major fan of the hybrid cut personally, but that's just myself really. So really good gloves. And then I have 3 of the newer kind of model. These ones they're all negative cut, all size 9, perfect fit. These ones are kind of the high kind of graphite injected palm. I have a couple of other graphite gloves, and the latex was good, but I wouldn't say it was as good as my other graphite latexes in the wet. Graphite is my preferred kind of latex on a palm, and this was definitely good. I liked it, but it wasn't as good as the others. But for the money, it was a great glove. I definitely recommend it. Love the colorway on it too. I wear black and red Preds, and it really goes well with them, which is kind of a bonus. So yeah, I really like them. And then I have 2 pairs of the kind of blue and white colorway here. Got a very good deal on these on Black Friday. I couldn't leave them there. Really liked them. Again, the backhand material is the only thing I didn't love, but it definitely has a purpose. It is very hard wearing. If that's something you're looking for as a keeper, it would really suit you well. And the latex was good again on them. I didn't wear my whole pile in the wet, so that's kind of the main test of them. But whenever I did wear them, they definitely didn't leave me down. I would recommend them. All size 9 as well. Really good gloves. You can't go too far wrong for value for money. They're excellent. All 4 pairs of them. And then moving on to my Precisions. Every year I kind of Precisions are a brand I don't really think about too much. And I always end up picking up 5 or 6 pairs of them. I think it's kind of a good sign of a glove when you can reach for it when you're going playing a big game. You don't really have to think about it. So I have 3 pairs here of the Elite range. I've worn these ones probably in the most big games this season. Really liked them. I had these pairs absolutely knackered now. I gave them away to my brother. Usual kind of story. They get destroyed, so I'll have to give them a wash just for collection purposes. But these ones here are fantastic. In the wet, amazing. They're a quartile latex, obviously. Size 9 again, perfect fit. I've worn them probably in 10 plus games, which is an awful lot for me, and the condition of them is quite good. Obviously, my kind of throwing finger there has kind of depleted a good bit, but that could have just been a one scuff kind of thing, maybe a bad get up off the ground or something. But yeah, really, really like these gloves. Love the fit on them. Again, I think if you watch any other video I've done about a precision glove, I would say the straps just they just lead me down personally. I just don't like the look of them really. I think they just let the glove down a small bit. They look a little bit cheaper than the rest of the glove, but maybe that's just me. And these ones here with the Giga latex on them, I think it's a Giga. I haven't even worn these yet. I got these for €15. Love the look of them. I'm not a major fan of coloured palms, but these ones don't really bother me, to be honest. But I love the backhand look of the glove, and I'm sure these will be good as well, even though this will have the tag on and everything. I haven't even worn them, so I can't really comment. But yeah, really, really love these gloves. Value for money. I always think precision gloves, they're hard to beat. These are retailing around the kind of £50, €60 mark. You can probably get them for cheaper elsewhere, but that's what they're kind of initially retailing at. And I would say it's hard to find a glove that you could beat value for money for with those. And I've a couple of other pairs of Precisions. Like I said, they're kind of a dependable glove, so I end up picking up a few pairs of them. I think I've had 2 or 3 pairs of each of these now at this stage, just because I know a guy who can get them for me for pretty good value. So initially with the gloves here on the left, the old Schmeikology kind of range, when Casper Schmeichel was wearing Precision gloves, he had his own latex and everything on them, and I'm actually wearing his older New Balance gloves as my primary kind of gloves at the minute, and I couldn't get them anymore in the latex that I was looking for, so I said I'd try the old Precision ones because I could get them pretty handy, and the latex is good. I only wore these twice. Latex is good, but the gloves are so light. They're incredibly light. I actually couldn't wear them, and I'm actually a fan of lightweight gloves, but I just found that these were just so flimsy on my hands. I couldn't get to like them. I just couldn't get used to them. I found like I was stubbing my fingers, and just they weren't very nice to wear. If I was coming making a fist or making kind of a reaction save with my fist, I found I could really feel the impact on my hand. And again, like if you are looking for a super lightweight glove, these might be the way to go. Like I have a couple of pairs of the new Adidas kind of woven gloves, and these are probably half the weight of those, and they're incredibly lightweight as well. So, you know, just not for me. Latex is quality though. I wish they kind of would just make this in more of a full body glove. You know, then I'd be all for it. But just the way it was made, I couldn't get to like it. And maybe if I gave it a bit more of time, I would have kind of grown to like it. But I just had a couple of bad experiences, and so it wasn't really for me. And moving on, then I have a pair of roll finger and leg rolls. These are a little bit older now, the ones on the right. I actually have 2 pairs of these, so they could have been in the previous video as well. Really liked them. Never wore them in games. I just kind of have kind of a standing with negative cut gloves, so I don't really wear anything else in games. But I wore these to death in training. Absolutely love them. Love the mesh fingertips as well on them. You know, it's nice to see something a little bit different. I know it's been done before, but for precision. And I really like the neg roll cut. Again, the strap just leaves them down. It's a little bit for me, but you know, that's not going to change, I don't think. But yeah, the gloves are quality. If you like neg roll gloves, these really lasted the test of time now. I gave these some battering. You know, they've worn an AstroTurf pretty much exclusively, and they were incredible. Same with the roll gloves. I got these for virtually nothing. Couldn't leave them there. Roll finger's my least favourite cut, but I ended up wearing them a good bit in training, and the latex is just phenomenal. That's probably the main reason I bought the Elite ones and the orange latex there, because they have a similar latex on them. But these were absolutely quality. They're still sticking now, and they have been worn to death. You know, like I can't even tell you how many times I've worn these. You can really see the kind of HO influence on them from Tom Heaton with the kind of flared fingers on them. I really like that. But yeah, really good gloves. Again, value for money, Precision. If you're looking for a pair of gloves that last you for a long time, I'd always say head for Precisions. You can't go too far wrong. I wore size 9 on all of those, and that's my traditional size, and they were all perfect. Now, moving on to a few of my other gloves, my Adidas gloves. I have maybe 15 pairs of these. Sorry, no, I was trying to grab them all in one go. So I have a ton of these. I'm not even sure how many of them I have. I have a couple of them up for sale. I have a few brand new still. I didn't even know I had with plastic on them here. So if you are looking for a pair of gloves, these Adidas ones, message me. They're all a size 9. But yeah, I have all these retail ones. You know, I have maybe 6 or 7 pairs of these still with all the plastic on them, and I have a couple of pairs of these as well, brand new, just there in that box there. But yeah, just a few different colorways I had. Don't particularly love either of these colorways. You know, the navy, I just found it didn't really match anything else I was wearing, so just didn't suit me. I know that's kind of a personal thing. But the gloves themselves, I have a bit of a kind of love-hate with them. I love the look of them, the backhand style of kind of these ones, and you know, all the things, but I just found the latex was a bit mediocre on them for the price. I have a pair obviously here of the top line ones and the URG 1.0s, and people talk about the durability on the 1.0s compared to the retail versions, how bad it is. I would actually argue that it's nearly better. I wore these in maybe 2 or 3 games, and the latex just felt absolutely dead. As in, I didn't feel confident wearing these at all. Like putting these together now, these have not been worn much. Putting these together now, there is nothing. I'd say I've worn these in maybe 4 games max, and maybe 1 or 2 trains. There's nothing there. I've worn these in about 10 games. you know, durability to me shouldn't just be scuffs on the latex. You know, durability to me should be performance, and these perform incredibly well still. I could wear these no bother. I have stopped wearing them, and obviously they have scuffed in kind of the traditional places. But to me, like, you know, that's to be expected. I would much rather have, I'd love to feel confident catching a ball in than I'd love it just not scuffed. So I would argue that these are actually less durable than the URG 1.0s. I know that might not be the correct word, durable, because they are obviously scuffed more. But performance wise and longevity wise, I actually got longer performance out of these gloves than these gloves, you know. And obviously, I hold my gloves to quite a high standard, you know. I can change kind of whenever I want. I have so many pairs. But I found like I actually wore these in less games than these gloves, you know, just because I thought the performance and the longevity of them was no contest, really. Like, you know, look at that now and look at that, and the URGs have worn far more than those. So, you know, probably a little bit of a differing view to the kind of what they're marketed as, but I just find the retail versions are a bit meh, you know, and I wouldn't really recommend them, to be honest. The backhand of them, I don't particularly love it. The finger tipped ones here, the kind of hybrid ones, I have a couple of pairs of them on the way. I'm sure I'll get to like them. And I have a pair of the URGs in negative cut with spines in them on the way as well, and I think I'll be kind of a bit more partial to the hybrid cut just because it has a bit more latex on the back end, because I found these ones to be a little bit kind of just a little bit weak, you know, not exactly what I'm looking for, and some people love that. I also have 10 latex straps on the way, so I'm going to start changing out the stretch straps for the latex ones. I'm not a fan of the kind of stretch strap trend. It's a bit of a mouthful, but yeah, I didn't really love that strap. I'll definitely be changing it on any of the future URGs I get. But yeah, the Adidas ones, you know, they're probably a 6 out of 10 for me performance wise, and these are probably close to a 10. You know, it's hard to argue with the performance of them. They are expensive, well aware, but I honestly think they are worth the money. I have a couple of other pairs on the way. I don't really regret buying them. So I definitely regret buying these more than I regret buying the URG 1.0s. So yeah, that's my Adidas loves. A few more pairs I have now. A few Nikes here. So I got 2 pairs of promo Nikes. I saw just the other day that there's a white pair out with like a 20 centimeter black logo, Nike logo. So I'll definitely be getting a pair of those. They're kind of right up my street. I wouldn't mind getting the pair of the reverse stitch VG3s as well. I've actually never had a pair of them randomly. I've had plenty of VG3s, but never the reverse stitch ones. I think I'd get out with them a lot more. I'm actually trying to source a pair with a latex thumb, kind of like Jordan Pickford style, if I can. Easier said than done, but I'm going to have a look and see if I can get them. But yeah, I've had 2 pairs of these promos. I did really like them, although I made one howler this season that came in these gloves, so they kind of went to the bottom of the pile a little bit for me just because of that reason, which is obviously not their fault, but just mentally. They're actually destroyed now. They really need a wash. But yeah, really good gloves. Again, durability wise, I probably wore them for 5 games each, and after that they were quite dead. And 5 games is probably even a stretch, I would say, to their top performance. Probably 4 games is probably what you get out of them, and they are expensive for that. But I got a good deal. I got the 2 of these for £110, which is a decent deal, to be fair. And I did like them. I definitely recommend them. The fit on them is perfect on these 4 fingers, and then the thumb. I'm size 9. I found my thumb was only getting to about there, which was a little bit irritating. But I kind of got over it, loved the latex strap, and I wish I got them personalised, you know, they would look a lot better. Not mad on either of the colours. I hate black latex palms because they're great for training in, but not my style really. I prefer kind of a more traditional white glove, but got a good deal, and I've been kind of wanting another pair of these for a while. I had a few of the older models, so I just bit and bought them. But yeah, I definitely don't regret buying them. Played some of my best games this season in these gloves. You know, I felt like my hands were huge coming for crosses and things. So yeah, not much going on with them. They're quite traditional. Do really like them. I hope Nike kind of do something a little bit different maybe with their future range, but I don't think they will. But yeah, I love the simplicity of it, and the performance is definitely there. But if you're thinking about getting them, they're not really a long-term glove. Probably you know, you probably could wear them for 7 or 8 games. The scuffing on them is pretty much non-existent, to be fair, minimum really. But the latex is absolutely dead on both pairs after maybe 5 games. But yeah, did really like them. Would recommend them if you're kind of in the market for that type of a glove. And then a couple of kind of miscellaneous pairs I have here. I have a pair of Elites, Peaks and Pumas. So what actually happened with these Peaks I'm going to start off with is I got a pair of these off of Peak, and they were not my size basically. I ordered them in a 9, which is my traditional size, but they were way too big for me. And I ended up getting another pair on eBay for practically nothing in an 8. Liked them an awful lot more. Definitely drop a size if you are getting Peaks. I haven't had a pair of the newer range, which I actually really like. I'm dying to get my hands on a pair. I saw they had a great sale on there a few weeks ago, and I actually missed out on getting any of them my size, which is a bit of a disaster. I'm looking to get a pair of the kind of white negative cut ones if I can for the collection. But yeah, they are really good. I kind of mentioned in my last video how much I didn't like them. And that was mainly down to the sizing. Now that I have my own size, I actually do really like them. Again, the cut isn't for me. Done nothing at all wrong with it. It's just not the cut I'd wear in a game, so I ended up not wearing them. I only wore them in friendlies. I didn't wear them in any kind of competitive games, but I did really like them. Again, I would probably the thing I still don't like about them is I would wrap this over. I found it just a little bit flimsy, but I know kind of it is a Tim Krul glove and kind of is going in the VG3 kind of mold, I suppose, following that kind of mesh thumb, so that's obviously the reason why. And the closure was an awful lot better in my own size then. You know, I criticised this the last time in a size 9, saying that it was way too wide and too big. It is still a little for me, but I like it really fitted, and it's much better when it does fit you. So if you are looking at a pair of Peaks, I definitely dropped a full size, which is something I'd never really do. But I needed to in these. But yeah, now that I have them in the correct size, I do really like them. So hopefully I can pick up the newer kind of style ones of them. Then a pair of Elites, my only ever pair of these. I've been after a pair for a good while. And they were kind of expensive, I think, for what I got out of them, but they were still nice. These were about €75, I think. I can't actually fully remember now. And they were good, but not great. You know, there is better value for money out there. But I did really like wearing them. They're size 9, which is the correct size to get, my traditional size, and they did come with spines in. I didn't wear them with spines, and I found that kind of added to a little bit of bagginess in the back end here. You can kind of see I can grab that pretty easily. Now, when I was wearing them, I wouldn't say they were kind of a tapered fit, even though they were the correct size, which wouldn't bother some people, but I like a nice kind of snug glove. But they were really good. I wore them tons and tons. I absolutely love the look of them, the colorway and the kind of the white specks on them here. I just think it looks kind of classy, you know. And the latex was very good, you know, probably an 8 out of 10. You know, there is better out there that need a wash as well, obviously. There is better to get, but again, I had zero problems with this. I would buy another pair, no problem. If I was getting them, I think personally that the strap is a little bit too wide. It kind of takes over the wrist strap a bit, or the wrist closure a little bit. I think it would be a more snug fitting glove if they trimmed it down slightly, or ideally I would put a latex strap on it, but if they trimmed it to here and to here, I think the wrist would fit a lot better, because I found when I was kind of flexing my wrist, there was a little bit of a kind of a gathering there, I suppose is what I'd call it. But yeah, really good gloves. Did absolutely love them. I get another pair, no problem. If I could get them for a little bit cheaper, they'd be cracking gloves. So I get them for 50 instead of the 75. I'd be saying they're brilliant for the money. So yeah, keep an eye out for them. Then a pair of gloves, my kind of love-hate relationship with Puma gloves. I love the look of Puma gloves. I actually have 2 other pairs from Keeper Sport on the way at the minute, 2 kind of Keeper Sport exclusive gloves that I've been kind of looking at for a while. I just finally bit the bullet and got them. But these ones, they were really underwhelming for me. I mentioned them in a previous video, probably too. I just kind of, they were in this pile. I wore them a few times in training and whatnot, but the latex was bang average for me. You know, I'm just not a major fan of it. These are 17.2s, the negative cut ones. They're size 8.5. I'm typically a 9, but you would definitely need to drop at least half a size in these. I think half a size is fine. I saw a few other reviews saying a full size, but I think half a size is fine. I didn't love the fit on them, didn't love a whole lot about them really. The back end latex, it feels really cheap, you know, that just doesn't look like a top end glove to me. I don't know, make your own mind up about that. But to me, the red part of it here just feels a bit cheap to me. I don't really know why, but it just does. The thumb as well. It's just, I know this is all Puma thumbs, but I think it's terrible. You know, it's so boxy looking here. There's no fit to it at all. If they would just wrap over their thumbs here, I think it would make a tremendous difference to the gloves. I actually had my hands in a couple of SMUs in this glove as well, and they had different straps on them, latex straps that fit properly. These straps they're my pet peeve with gloves, is straps that don't fit correctly. I cut a little bit off of this strap, even the pull tab on it there, and it still sticks out over the edge. I just don't see how you could release a glove like that, that the strap doesn't fit correctly. But yeah, that just annoyed me a little bit. I didn't really like them enough to change the strap. I have a few latex straps here ready to put on other gloves, but I just found that these gloves are probably a 4 out of 10 for me. You know, there's so many easy changes that could be made to make them a better glove. But yeah, not for me. I have a pair of them in a graphite latex on the way, and I am going to change the strap on those. And the graphite latex from Puma is outstanding, so I hope I kind of get on those a little bit more. They are size 8 that are on the way, so I hope they fit. But yeah, not for me, those ones. And now a couple of pairs of Cell Sport gloves, I suppose, you know, just kind of in the one pile together. So I have a pair of Cell Sports, I suppose, here. I'll start off with those. And Cell Sports, again, another brand that constantly kind of let themselves down, I think, with gloves. You know, they had a tremendous reputation and kind of following a few years ago, and they really fell by the wayside a small bit, and much to their own doing, really. I think, you know, they're releasing average gloves, you know. Like I actually only paid £20 for these gloves. Now I got them at a severe discount, and I actually have a feeling that they could be a defective pair. The thumb is so out of line with the rest of the glove. The thumb here, I don't know, how does that look compared to the Cell's thumb here? It just doesn't look to be sitting right for me. This part is so pulled over on the back end. It feels like, you know, you're catching the glove almost with this part here. You know, the thumb just doesn't sit right for me the way it's rolled. Like, constantly when you catch the ball, your finger feels like it's rolled over like this, and it just doesn't feel correct to me. I can't quite put my finger on it. What I do love about them is the look. The traditional kind of Cell Sport look is class. The backhand material is good. The strap is good. So the look of them is really good for me. I would like I don't really like this on gloves, full mesh gussets. I think all gloves should be kind of a latex gusset on the pinky and index, and then the two ones can be mesh. Doesn't really bother me, but I think this big gusset here should be a latex. I just found when it's wet, it can take on a lot of water, but you know, each their own. That's my own opinion. And the Giga latex on these, I didn't find it was great, to be honest. Probably another average 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. You know, it does the job. It's not terrible. But I think these gloves could have been £70 when they were first released, and that's just criminal. Like, you know, you could kind of just pick any gloves off a website and you'd probably get better value of money than these for £70. I paid £20 for them, and I still don't even think they were worth it. They were that bad, you know, in my opinion now. But maybe they were just a defective pair. That's why I got them so cheap. I got them off the Cellsport website directly. So they do have a newer range than this out, and they do look an awful lot better. But again, the money for the kind of performance, I just don't see the kind of value there. But hopefully I'm wrong. Realistically, if I get a cheap pair of £20 again, I'll give them a punt. But yeah, I definitely wouldn't be recommending. But if you do like Cellsport size 9, you know, they're okay. You know, not my cup of tea. I've so many gloves there now that I think are better than that, so I wouldn't be recommending over those. And then moving on, a couple of pairs of Cells I have. Obviously these two are the same, just a different colorway. I have maybe 10 pairs of these inside in that box there. Got them for a ridiculous deal. Took me forever to work my way through them. I don't even really like the look of them, the backhand color. I don't really like that Cells release different kind of backhands for their gloves. I would love this one now to be in the roll finger kind of look, that like the Ben Foster kind of glove that he's wearing. I think it's a much sleeker looking glove, much better looking backhand. But I'm a big fan of negative cuts, so I always end up going for these ones. It was the same with this range last year. Cells, then, they're a brand I absolutely love their gloves. Sometimes, but I think that the performance in the wet is a bit overstated. I found that I've had a couple of pairs of gloves that aren't marketed as wet weather gloves that did actually perform better than these in the wet. these ones, they were good. You know, I definitely had some great games in them. I love the white and orange kind of ones here. I love this glove and this glove, just the back end on this. I just don't think it looks very well, just the kind of colour combinations. But they were definitely good. I did drop in these two here. I dropped to a size 8.5 in the old range, and I felt like I had to. Whereas these ones, I stayed in an 8.5, and I think I'll get a 9 in my next pair of them. But a couple of things I liked and didn't like about them. There wasn't too much I didn't really like about them. Just the performance I thought was a bit overstated. I got these for £40, and that was a good deal. I definitely recommend getting them for that. I paid maybe 80, 85, 90 euro for these, with a 30% discount code, which it is steep. To be seen if it was worth the money or not. I've only worn these twice, and the 2 times I have worn them, I have loved them. It hasn't been wet. It's been kind of damp, and I think that's where they're kind of at their optimum, when it's a little bit damp, and they've been class for that. To be fair, I love the new range. Few things I do like about it is the back end material. It's a bit softer this year than this one, just a touch. I really like it. It's more kind of an SMU kind of glove. You know what you see some of the Reich keepers wearing in their back ends. It feels more like that than other kind of gloves would. But I do really like it. I find like this one has the D30 kind of back end on it. I find my punching is better in this. You know, with the full latex back end. I think it just gives it a real cushioning kind of explosion effect on it. Whereas I think this is I do like it, but I don't know if the punching power as good as it's kind of advertised. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but yeah, definitely do like them. New range is definitely an improvement on the old one. I like the mid split strap. I think is a better fit as well. If I might change to a latex strap once I get another pair. I'm just kind of testing these out now, and I probably will buy a few more pairs and change them to latex straps, get them personalised, a few other things like that. I just think it looks a bit cleaner. But so far, so good with these ones anyway. I give them a solid 8, and I haven't given them a kind of a full go over yet, but very happy with what I've seen out of them so far. So probably will be picking up a few more pairs of them. So that's my cells. And then a couple of other gloves. I have my F lines, so I've kind of butchered these a little bit. These kind of obviously the kind of Peter Schmeichel makeover gloves. You know, they re-released them. I bought they're very good value for money for what they were. £20, but I think, or £30 maybe. I actually can't even remember. You can check the website yourself. I ended up pulling the straps off of these for another pair of New Balance gloves I had. I had a huge game coming up, and I hate the straps on my New Balances, so I ended up cutting them off of this and stitching them onto those, which was the right thing to do, but I kind of regret it because it's ruined these gloves a little bit for me. These gloves back here, they're 10 on the palm, they're about a 5. You know, the latex really lets these gloves down. And I've had plenty of F-line gloves over the years, and they've had phenomenal latex on them, and this is the worst one I've had, which is a bit disappointing because it's the best looking glove I've ever had from F-line. The thumb on these, I wish there was more thumbs like this on the market. It's just incredible. The backhand latex is perfect. This is what I think more gloves should be made out of. You know, it does scuff up a little bit, but I think you have to get over that for the feel of it. I think it's just incredible. It feels like an SMU glove. Again, kind of like what I was mentioning about the cells, but this is even better. This is the best backhand I've had all season. Would definitely recommend. Thinking about making my own SMU on the website for these, but I wish other brands would follow suit and kind of follow this kind of thumb and latex material. If I could get to a quartzite or a graphite on this would be the perfect glove. It'd be hard to top. Got them in a size 9 again. Perfect. Wouldn't change. But if I could just change one thing about them, I would change the latex, and I'd buy 10-15 pairs of them if I could get them in a better latex. So I'd consider making my own ones of them eventually. You know, it's just not right now. But you know, if you are looking for these gloves, they are class. You know, the real good feel of them. Just the latex just lets me down slightly. But you know, looks wise, they're amazing. And the F-line gloves, you can't go too far wrong. I've had a few pairs of these over the years. No complaints with most of them. Just this latex I found to be a bit subpar. But yeah, gloves themselves are absolute quality. And then I suppose a few pair of New Balance gloves I have. If anyone has been following my reviews over the years, they know that I think New Balance latex is the best in the market, which I was really surprised by. These ones are, I have maybe 20 plus pairs of this kind of model here in a few different colours. I have the blue ones, white ones, yellow ones, of white and green ones, you know, they're in that box and another box I have. But this glove is my favourite glove ever, the white ones here. I just think it's so sleek looking. When I bought these gloves, I didn't actually think I'd like them. I just bought them because they were Cash for Michael's SMUs. And I ended up absolutely falling in love with them. The graphite latex from New Balance is the best I've ever had, like for a kind of a retail one, other than maybe the Adidas URGs. And I have a couple of promo pairs of Wild Sports as well, which are quite good. But I just thought for value for money, these were £55 when they were full price, and I didn't pay that for maybe only one or two pairs of them. And it was just phenomenal in the wet, like 10 out of 10 in the wet. I just couldn't get over it. And then they stopped making them. I put up a few reviews, and there were 16 pairs of them left on Pro Direct in the yellow. And maybe 2 or 3 days later, then there was none. So I don't know, was that because I put up a review and or whatever. But then they brought out a new range, and I was absolutely delighted because I thought I could keep wearing them. Then the new latex is absolutely crap. You know, so obviously since Cash for Michael has left New Balance and went to Adidas, they have stopped investing in their latex, and it's advertised also as a graphite latex, but it's just not. It has kind of graphite specks on it. You know, you can see that there now. Those little black dots are the kind of graphite specks. And then I'll show you this one. You can see the difference here now. You know, that's graphite latex. You know, you can see, I don't know how well that's coming out in the camera now, but that is a proper graphite latex. I've worn those orange ones maybe like 4 times, and they are just nothing. These are still going, and I can't tell you how many times I wore them, but an awful lot. Whereas these just have nothing left in them, you know. Wrong hand to pick up now to do the tacky thing, but nothing really left in those for me. Just it's not the same latex, even though it's advertised as the same one, which is a bit annoying for me. Colorways as well, absolutely awful in the orange and yellow color. I don't know who designed that, but I just took a punt because of the performance, and I just felt really comfortable in those gloves. And I had a good few pairs of these yellow ones as well. Again, I hated the latex on them, or hated the color of them, but I love the latex. I also cut the straps off these and put on sock ties just to like give it a go. It works okay, you know, definitely better than the original strap that was on it. And on my kind of match version of these, which are actually in the wash now, I have proper latex straps with my name on them, and I think it looks an awful lot better. So if anyone has a pair of those versions in any colour in a size 9, let me know. I have a few gloves to swap, or I can send you PayPal or whatever, because I'm still on the hunt for a few more of them. But yeah, that's my New Balances. Hopefully they see sense and go back to the good performing graphite, then my life will be made. But yeah, that's that. If anyone knows anywhere I can even buy them online, I've trawled through the internet now and I can't find them. So yeah, my favourite gloves of last season probably have to be the all white New Balance ones I had there. So if anyone does have them, let me know. So that's them. Moving on then, a couple of pairs of, pull out my size mix here. I have a good few pairs of these now. I have 5, 6 pairs of this glove. I can't tell you how many years old it is now, probably 5 years old. But I kept picking them up on eBay and a few other things, and I absolutely love them. Much like the New Balance one, this latex is really high performing. It's just a standard quartzite latex, but I love the fit of the glove. Again, like I was saying about the F-line, the thumb is quality on these. I'm a big fan of a double wrap over mesh thumb. I think it just works well. I don't really have too many downsides on this glove, other than the fact they kind of moved away from this kind of material, or this latex and this kind of style of glove. They do still produce a couple of quartzite gloves, seismic, but not in the kind of cut and the style I'm looking for, which is just my own personal preference. But I absolutely love these gloves. Again, that kind of material wasn't my favourite, but it was fine. You know, it was a real hard wearing kind of one. Just not my cup of tea, but again, you know, each their own. I just love the white and purple colorway with the quartzite latex. I think it just looks unbelievable. And again, the performance was hard to beat. Seismic are a brand I have a particular kind of soft spot for, I suppose, as well, because I'm Irish, you know, kind of like to support your own a small, but I think they just produce quality gloves. Again, these ones here, I have 2 pairs of them. I did really like them, except for the strap. Again, these ones were an exchangeable strap, and it is great to see brands trying to do different things, but I didn't particularly like it myself. Other people might have loved it, you know, but I just found that you kind of, if you have two straps, you kind of have no straps. You know, you kind of need to just pick one and kind of run with it a small bit. But again, you know, that might be overly critical. But the performance of the latex on both of these gloves was just phenomenal. I'd be very reluctant to change out a couple of gloves I've had, but these size mix ones, I ended up wearing these in a good few games, few big games. They were gloves I reached for the odd time. You know, a lot of good keepers in League of Ireland wear them. I suppose that was kind of a draw to wearing them, and they're good kind of. They're good latex gloves, good and thick. You know, I really like them. You know, colorway on them is class as well. I definitely recommend getting those. Hopefully in their kind of new range, they will just kind of bring out a latex strap or a stretch strap and get rid of the zip. I just found it a bit cumbersome maybe on the glove, and they do kind of have a few other gloves in the VG3 kind of cut, I suppose, in an all black latex, which is a glove I'm going to have to try. I think it just looks too good. But yeah, size mix again, if we're talking value for money, I mentioned about the KA gloves I had earlier, the precision gloves. These are right up there. They're absolutely brilliant. I've never had a bad pair of maybe the 10 pairs I've had. I've a couple more pairs in the box as well over there that I could maybe put in this, but really good gloves. Would definitely recommend them if you're on the lookout. And then kind of probably just dwindling a small bit now, Reich gloves or Roosh. I have two pairs of these aqua ones. Value for money wise, they're probably on the other end of the scale where the money is ridiculous and the performance is on the lower end. I do love the look of them. If I could make these in a negative cut, I bought these when Rene Adler was in Roosh gloves, and he has his own ones made in a negative cut with a full latex backhand, and they were just my favorite gloves. You know, I actually have a pair of them, and they're just incredible. Only for they're two sizes too big for me, I'd be all over them. But yeah, really do like these gloves for the most part. The kind of neoprene, sorry, the word went out of my head there. Backhand here is quality. Just I found the latex a bit, you know, it was good, like, but not great. They also split on me here, which is, I have another pair that didn't do any of that they were just brilliant to wear. But you know, I just think you can get better for your money. They are kind of older model now, and the flat cut is one. If I wasn't wearing negative cut, I probably would wear flats just because they're kind of closer. But yeah, they were okay. If you can pick them up on sale now, I wouldn't say they're a bad glove to get. Fit and feel wise, they're absolutely class. Size 9 again was perfect. Just I found the latex, you know, I'd expect better for the money, put it that way, but it wasn't terrible, you know. So yeah, if you can get these on sale, I definitely would recommend them. They look quality, I think. I love the kind of aqua look of them, you know. It is kind of a glove I do like, you know, but just if you're paying full price for these, I think you can just do better for your money. And then a couple of pairs of All Sports. So All Sports are, they're a glove I used to wear pretty much exclusively always, you know. Growing up, I have so many photos of me wearing All Sport gloves and things like that, but their newer ranges, I'm just a little bit kind of confused by them a small bit. I absolutely love the fit on these gloves. I've mentioned before, I talked about these ones, another pair I had where they were the promo latex, and then I ordered another pair of these and I got the retail one, and it's crap, you know, and it still is. It's just appalling in the wet, you know. I couldn't wear it, but I ended up getting my hands on another pair of the promo ones, and they're just ridiculous. I've worn these 20 games now, and they're just still incredible. I wish they'd just sell these, like, you know. So I have two pairs of the promo ones now. I almost regret buying them because I'm finding them hard to get my hands on again, so I want more, but I can't get them. But yeah, the promo ones are just phenomenal. I bought 4 pairs of them off of a German website, and I got 1 pair of promos and 3 pairs of retail ones, and I returned the 3 retail ones. And I've been told by someone kind of in the know that they have a few pairs of them lying around, and I got 1 pair of them again, so now I have 2, and they're just phenomenal. They're up there with the URG 1.0s. If you were a top-end pro, I don't think it would matter what real brand you were with. I think, you know, a lot of the latexes aren't as the retail versions are, even though they're advertised as SMUs and a few things like that. They're definitely not the same latex. Like I find it hard to believe now that Hugo Lloris or someone is wearing this latex, because it's just crap in the wet. You know, some of the gloves I have there for £20-25 are better than that in the wet, you know. So which is sad, because I love the look of them, and the fit is just perfect on these. I wouldn't change a thing about the glove other than the latex, the retail versions, which, you know, is a bit upsetting, you know, but hopefully they might release a promo range or something like that, which would be just brilliant. And then I got these as well, the Aquasoft ones. These are actually size 8. I'd probably get them in a size 8.5 if I was to do it again. They're decent, yeah. The Aqua Latex is good enough. I'm not sure do I like the look of them or not, to be honest with you yet. I haven't worn them a whole lot. I find the fit in them is just a little bit off. I don't love the backhand material either. It's very hard wearing. Obviously it is an aqua glove, so that's why, to repel the water. But yeah, it's just not really for me. Not a bad glove by any means, just it's not kind of my personal preference. But yeah, got them for €20, so just took them, you know. Can't say no, wearing training, wearing a few warm-ups maybe. But yeah, decent gloves. I've had a few Wildsport Aquas over the years, and they are decent. So yeah, would recommend them. Alright, probably drop at a half size though, not a full size like I did. Then last 2 pairs, I have 3 pairs of these One Gloves in 2 different colorways. I have a pair of kind of red ones as well. Really like them. Bit strange kind of backhand on them, but in a good way. It's kind of it's almost like a negative cut kind of backhand and a flat palm, you know, so they feel really good. They feel extremely fitted on the backhand, which is really nice. They remind me of a pair of Ulsport kind of pre-curved gloves that were out a few years ago. Your hands feel enormous in them, you know. Obviously when Al McGregor was with the One Glove, they were kind of his kind of gloves, but yeah, they look really good, I think. And my hands just felt massive coming for crosses and stuff in this. I know it's because of the extended fingers on the flats and the legs I had, but yeah, I really liked them. Latex was quite good as well, and strap was good. One Glove or brand are definitely doing an awful lot of right things. You know, I would recommend their gloves. You know, I've had maybe 6 or 7 pairs of them in the past, and I've never had an issue with any of them, which is a good sign. They're around the €40-ish mark, or £40 mark. I can't even remember how much I paid for them. But yeah, definitely worth the money. Would buy another pair of these, no problem at all. I should have picked up a few more pairs of Negs, because, you know, I would have had more chances of wearing them. But I actually wore these in a couple of games, maybe at the start of the pre-season this year, and I did really like them. You know, should probably have got more pairs of them. But yeah, no complaints whatsoever in those. Size 9, would definitely recommend. I'd put them in the list of top independent brands, along with the kind of Size Mix and Kaz and a few others like that. And then lastly, I have a pair of HOs or hose. So these are kind of a graphite latex as well. As I kind of alluded to before, I'm looking at replacing my New Balance gloves as my kind of top end ones, because I'm finding it hard to source. And these are graphite latex. They look the business, but I've worn them and the performance isn't there yet. I did find at my first pair of New Balance gloves that I had to kind of break them in a small bit. I had to wear them once or twice before I got real feedback off of them, and I've worn these twice now and I'm not impressed so far, but I'm still willing to give them another go. The backhand is fine. There's just an awful lot going on in this, you know. I'd much rather kind of a more traditional kind of wrist closure here. I'm not a major fan of this. I just too much going on for my liking, you know. But I am a fan of kind of traditional gloves. But yeah, it's not terrible at all, you know. But it also did come, if you've seen a couple of other HO gloves, I don't know where's the best to show it now. They had the kind of the micro closure strap on the back. I think that's what they call it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you can see I have a cut off there. Yeah, I just didn't like it, you know. It didn't really serve much of a purpose for me. Even when it was making the backhand tighter, I actually found it was just making it more uncomfortable, not actually better fitting. So I just got rid of it, and it's much better, much cleaner looking without it. So hopefully with a couple more wears, I'm doing some double sessions and stuff now over the next couple of weeks. We're training in the morning and evening, so I should get plenty of chances to wear them in keeper sessions and stuff. So hopefully the latex picks up a bit, because I do kind of rate HO gloves. I've had a few other pairs in the past that I really liked, and I was buzzing when they brought out a graphite latex. So hopefully that kind of picks up a small bit, but you never know. I probably might do an individual review on a couple of these gloves soon. So yeah, that's all. That's pretty much all anyway of those ones. I have another, I think I counted at home, 17 of those boxes. So eventually we have a week off in pre-season coming up pretty soon, so I might dig them all out and do a big massive review someday if I can find the time. This has been 44 minutes now, so I can't imagine how long that video would take me, but yeah, I hope you liked it. As usual, any questions or anything like that, drop them in the comments below, and thanks for watching.